Greetings! Today we're going to take you on a plot tour of our soybean varieties that we have available for sale for the 2014 sales season. We're going to go through our lineup from the latest maturity beans all the way to the earliest maturity beans. So come along and let's take a look at what you can purchase from our company for the 2014 sales season. Wellman 4339 is the fullest season soybean variety in the Wellman Seeds lineup. It's a Genuity Roundup Ready to Yield soybean variety, and it has an extremely good record on yield history over the last several years. Excellent standability combined with great disease tolerance bring this soybean variety into many farmers' lineup, and they're very well pleased for a full season variety. 4236 is just a little bit shorter than the 4339, but has excellent standability and goes over just about every soil type with ease. It doesn't shorten up when you get into the lighter colored soils and maintains its yield across just about every soil type environment. This is definitely a good workhorse for anybody's soybean lineup. Wellman 4435 is a brand new variety for the 2014 sales season. This next crop year, we urge you to try this one as your full season variety. It's a brand new product that has yield history that will rival the 4236. It's 1 day earlier and excellent disease tolerance. This last summer, when there were a lot of different types of diseases affecting the foliage of different soybean varieties, the 4435 held up very well and resisted just about everything that was out there in the environment. So this is definitely one you're going to want to keep your eye on and maybe try a few acres of for the 2014 crop year. 4335 was released last year for the 2013 crop year, and it has a little bit more height to it than does the 4435. The 4335, however, yielded very well last year, and like its cousin, the 4435, will go over just about any and every soil type. Great disease tolerance and nice height to allow it to go over all soil types are two of the attributes for Wellman 4335. 4234 up until this year has stood extremely well. The weather conditions that we had earlier this spring allowed this variety to grow a little too fast early in its life, and as a result this year we have just a little bit of lodging showing up on this variety. It still has a great track record on yield, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how the performance comes out on this one for the 2013 year. Of all the Roundup Ready to Yield soybean varieties in our lineup, 4333 has the best Phytophthora tolerance of anything that we sell. This variety carries 2 genes for the protection against Phytophthora, and as a result can go into some pretty tough soil environments and still do extremely well and resist most disease pressure. It's also got a phenomenal track record history for yield. So if you have some tight soils or soils that are a little slow draining, this is definitely the product for you in the 2014 crop year. 4332 is a variety that is ripening up just a little bit earlier than its maturity this year. Last year it was a very popular variety and has a great track record on yield from both the 2012 and the 2013 crop years. It's super on disease, and you can put it in a lot of different environments and it'll do extremely well. So as you're planning your production variety lineup for the 2014 crop year, take a good look at the 4332. See how it performed this past season, and I think it's one you're going to want to include when you start planning your lineup for 2014. Brand new for the 2014 crop year from AgriSolutions is Key 1431. This is a Liberty Link soybean variety, and it also has extremely high yield potential. Over the last several years, the new Liberty Link products that we have released from AgriSolutions have come forward with some very impressive yield numbers, and 1431 is no exception. Wellman 4131 has the ability of making the largest soybean of any soybean variety in our lineup. This variety will increase its yield by making the seed size extremely large at harvest time. A year ago, some of the 140,000 seed units weighed well in excess of 60 pounds. Because of that, this variety can take advantage of late season moisture, make its bean size bigger, and increase your ultimate yield right towards the tail end of the season. So if you like that type of a trait in a soybean variety, then the 4131 is a great one to put into your lineup for the 2014 sales season. This is the last and only Roundup Ready 1 soybean variety that we have in our lineup. As many of you know, the patent protection on the Roundup Ready 1 products goes off soon, and as a result, this is the last one that we still have that we will be selling this year for the last time. It's a good old standby, has done an exceptionally good job since we released it several years ago, and is the only Roundup Ready 1 product that we now market. 4030 is the bushiest soybean variety in our lineup. We can put it in environments where it's really tough to get the soybeans to canopy quickly, and this thing will beat just about any variety to canopy. It has a super track record just because it can shade the ground and preserve moisture very, very well. So with the 4030 in our lineup, we feel right at that 3.0 maturity. We've got an excellent product that you can put on just about any soil type with great disease tolerance and a super track record on yield. So another one to consider as you build your lineup for 2014. Key 1428 is the second year for this variety in our lineup. We released it a year ago and at a 2.8 maturity for Liberty tolerance. This is a great product in the Agri-Solutions product lineup. It is resistant to Liberty, has great disease tolerance, and a super track record for a Group 2 variety. 4428 is a brand new variety for the Wellman Seeds lineup for the 2014 crop year. And as you can see, its maturity is acting like it's probably wanting to be more like a 3.0 or a 3.1. Nevertheless, in the testing that we have done the last several years, this thing has turned in some pretty impressive numbers, and we're expecting some pretty big things out of it. It's got a lot of pods hanging on it at this point, and you might want to take a real close look at this variety if you need a late Group 2 in your variety lineup for the 2014 crop year. Last year, the Group 2 varieties were hurt quite a bit with early season stress in the 2012 crop year. So for the 2013 crop year, we decided to start production for the 2014 crop year of some new products. 4327 is one of those new products, and at a 2.7 maturity, this variety really had some impressive yield numbers a year ago and could stand up to some pretty tough disease pressure. So 4327 is a brand new product this next year, great pubescence, good phytophthora tolerance, and excellent yield history. So you'll want to take a good look at this one once the yield results are available. Every once in a while, farmers will comment that all of the Genuity Roundup Ready to yield soybeans are all gray in color, and they would like something a little bit different in color. The 4427 is new this next year, and it has that nice, deep, rich brown color at maturity. So it's going to be something that looks totally different from most of the rest of the Genuity Roundup Ready to yield soybeans that you plant, but it'll also have lots and lots of yield that comes with it. So if you want a variety that's going to have a little bit different eye appeal to it and a great track record history on yield and disease tolerance, then the 4427 deserves a real good look for this next year. 4326 was a brand new variety for Wellman Seeds last year in the 2013 crop year. It had such outstanding performance in the yield trials from the 2012 crop year that farmers bought every bean that we had of this specific variety last year. It looks very good this year. It has shortened up somewhat and doesn't quite have the height it did a year ago, but all the pods are there, and I think the yield's going to follow through also. So for a good early bean to start here in Ohio and even in southern Michigan, the 4326 is an excellent way to start harvest in the fall. 4425 is a brand new variety in the Wellman Seeds lineup this year. It will perform extremely well up on the border counties in Ohio and then also in southern Michigan. In testing over the last couple years, this variety is one of the clear winners that always pops up to the top of the yield trials. So definitely one you're going to want to take a look at. Being a new variety, seed supply is somewhat limited, but I think you may want to try this one, especially if you're in southern Michigan or along the extreme northern area of Ohio. This is a great one for you for the 2014 crop year.